Someone called this ending bad? The first person to treat him nice. You never know what that's gonna do to someone, right? Heroes might not have to always pop up to save the day because general civilians are now learning what it is to be a hero and they can prevent things. Yo, people hated this? Nah. Get the Titan folk version of the My Hero Academia community out of here. Get ready for the most obnoxious haters. Blue sky and a still shot? I told you guys you're gonna hate it. Alright, that's actually kind of hilarious, Minnesota. First time in many seasons I've enjoyed you. That's some Deadpool shit right there, because there's still runtime. Alright, fuck you, I love that. I think, you know, maybe I would have had a more salty opinion is if Deku was just a teacher no one knew who he was, you know what I mean? But this is like, I feel good for him. I don't feel sad for Deku. We're actually saying this was considered a shit ending. There's certain things about the Attack on Titan ending, even as someone who liked the base level manga of that I get the disappointment. I don't understand what manga readers are. The deeply unserious group of individuals. They just are so terminally online with their theories and how things have to go that they don't see what an author wants to do. That is fucking beautiful. I don't even need the OVA. People unironically hated this. You're actually fucking with me, right? There's no way people unironically hated this ending initially. The haters failed, we won. Make sure you drop a like on this video, show your support, subscribe if you're new around here, of course. Patreon's where you're going to catch those full live reactions, also more, which also helps fund the channel and videos just like the one you're watching. So, I was confident before this last season even started that the anime community would probably like it as a whole. Because I come from the manga reader side of Attack on Titan, and man, if you did any discussion online about the manga, even before the extended chapter, and even after the extended chapter of that, you would think it's the worst ending of all time, and then anime fans were like, hey, that's pretty good. So I knew damn well the same thing was going to happen here. If Titan folk couldn't ruin Attack on Titan, there's no way shippers were going to ruin My Hero. And I'm not surprised that everyone liked this ending, seemingly, because it was fucking good. But are you actually going to tell me with a straight face this was considered bad? I don't care if there's some extended shit in here. Even if I didn't see Deku in his Iron Man suit here, if he was just a teacher supporting the youth, that was satisfying. Like, see, how deeply misunderstood was My Hero that people were putting Deku in a goddamn McDonald's worker outfit? I didn't know why that was a thing, but then again, I thought to myself, there was times with Attack on Titan leaks that some of the dumbest theories known to man and misrepresentations, so I assumed that's what happened. But a part of me was like, is Deku actually going to go work at fast food? Like, why, bro? Like, go do something with your life. And he did something with his life. There is so much about this episode that is fantastic. This moment is a legit top 10 My Hero Academia moment. It could have been completely different old woman. Same old woman who denied Shiggy back in the day, feels deep regret, felt inspired by Deku and the others, and said, you know what? I ain't gonna live my last few years of my life turning down another crying child. Not today. And as we see, sometimes just reaching out to those in need can stop potentially another Shigaraki from forming. This is one of the most touching, and the fact that this is the intro to the episode, the parallel play of something that kickstarted all the chaos before. Not that it all falls on this woman, right? It was a collective group effort to really fuck around and find out. But holy hell, is that touching as hell. And as well, I really like seeing the smaller moments too, because racism was a pretty big point of My Hero and discrimination, right? Because not all heroes are built the same and look the same. There are I forget what they call them, but you know, people who look like this and not just a straight up, here's a person, here's maybe a mixture of a squid and a humanoid body, right? The fact that that type of discrimination actually was used to fuel hatred from the League of Villains in order to kind of rise up and kind of tear down society. The fact that they didn't even forget about stuff like that is masterclass writing, and I really enjoy that. And I mean, a character like Deku, I really feel like it boils down to two sides of fans. One who got too into shipping and what characters should end up with who, how far relationships should go, blah, blah, blah. And another who wanted All Might to basically Deku to basically just be All Might in the end. Deku at that number 1 spot, him buff as hell, everyone respects him, right? But that would have been fucking stupid. I already said last week, I already know this man and Oshiko are gonna go places, but she got her own trauma to work through. At some point, they'll probably do stuff together, and if not, that's fine. Life goes on. They truly loved each other. But here's the thing too, society was built around this number one spot, and that number one spot, if it crumbles and it can't be completely relied on, we see how villains can take advantage of that. When All Might fell, the House of Cards fell, and people really exploited that. If Deku was just this singular person to hold everything together, what happens when Deku dies? Whoa, I guess the number two. Endeavor couldn't fill in All Might's shoes. He tried his damnedest, but he couldn't. And I think what's so cool too is that they redid Hero Society. And one thing that's really clever is Hero Society is not just about the superhumans anymore. It's the casual people too, the civilians, and how Hero Society is now built around a system that still is the ranking system, but it's been expanded to include civilians and the like, because there is benefits to it. But you have to be careful, and this is kind of part of the shit that Stain said, right? About how, like, it became too corporate. If you just had a system that was built around heroes fighting villains, you would end up in a boys situation. Anyone who's seen The Boys, that is a corporate system that purposely messes things up for heroes to save, because that's how they make their money. The reason we can have stuff like Best Boy walking children across the road, because that's part of hero ranking too, is that it allows for a collective society, profit and not, to benefit and just bring everything up in a more peaceful way. And I don't know, man, like there's so many stories I've seen that I always thought the MC, when it was all said and done, would be a teacher, and they never do that. So I'm just kind of happy because this feels perfect for him. Training the up and coming youth. And as they say, like, it's hard to get into the school anymore because there's a lot less crime, so they're a lot more picky of who gets in. So if you get in, you're pretty much guaranteed to be a hero by the end of it. And the idea that Deku gets to just pass on his teaching, that alone is satisfying. I didn't need him in a fucking Iron Man suit. That to me is just spoiling me. Like, I feel like a kid on Christmas morning. I asked myself, I was like, I really want the new Switch. And you give me the new Switch, and I'm like, I'm good. And then they give me a few extra games. That's the Iron Man suit. And I love, like I said, the parallel play. This is a miniature Deku. How he thinks to himself, he's like, I've seen Mineta, and he was able to do shit with his ability. I can see how this kid it's so sweet too, because the way people talked about this ending online, you would think everyone forgot about Deku. Bro can't even walk through the fucking park without being spotted. I don't need that to happen, but it is satisfying. My boy nearly gave up his life a lot, right? He got to live out his dream being a hero, inspired by his number one hero, help save the world, change society, gets to inspire the youth and train the youth. But that ain't all. All Might literally hooks him up, says, hey, 8 years has gone by and technology's even better. So remember that Iron Man? And it doesn't come from left field either. He used that suit where people, because here's the thing. Remember what I've been highlighting this whole fucking season, how stupid the haters are? Because we can have a difference of opinion. You don't like, if you think I'm targeting you, then I'm targeting you. Like, I can't make it more clear. There's a difference of, hey, I would have liked so-and-so different. These are people that since Gentle Criminal tore this show down. Gentle Criminal's a wasted arc. Horikoshi's a shit writer. How dare they? And every step of the way, because they couldn't fathom that their hatred was not the actual vocal majority, but in fact the vocal minority, they say, just wait till the last episode. Well, here I am at the last fucking episode, and I'm here to say this is one of the best episodes of the show, period. And guess what? This isn't Brandon being the vocal minority. All I'm seeing is thank you, Horikoshi. Thank you, My Hero Academia. This is satisfying. I truly believe, with my full chest, anime fans are better than manga fans at receiving endings. Because anime fans they don't just pick one show or one series and latch onto it and say, every single week we're watching this and we're making sure we know exactly where it goes. Manga fans do that, and they think it has to go a certain way. And I think it's even worse because they read leaks and they misunderstand leaks because of poor translation or manipulation. I saw it all the time in the Attack on Titan fandom. It was bullshit. And all the stuff that, like in Attack on Titan, there's an Avengers Assemble moment at the end because they don't want their friend to be a terrorist. That's not right. And then anime fans are like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. You know what the last couple of seasons of this show has done for me? It's made me reevaluate my opinion on this show, because I've always said it's one of the most fun shows I watch every year, but I legitimately think My Hero has become a favorite of mine because of the last couple of seasons. And hey, they even teased the story can continue. Will they do an anime original movie with them as adults? Fuck it. I mean, it's a moneymaker. Why not? We still got the OVA. It still is listed as next week. I don't know if we're going to be able to watch it next week. There ain't a lot of information around it. All I'm saying is fuck the haters, bro. They failed, and every week it was, no, we actually hated the very last episode or the next episode coming up. Guess what? The shit was awesome. Stay mad, bozos. Let me know your thoughts down below. Drop a like, share your support, subscribe if you're new around here. Patrons, where you're gonna catch my full live reactions, all some more, which also helps fund videos just like these, which is why I love to give video shoutouts to my patrons, because they make it all possible. Alright, so today we got Priel 54, Fire Red 100, Ma'en, Andrew, James Baxit, Zayas, and we also have Christoph Zenzwowski. So I appreciate the support. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.